Yes. Hello. Hello. Good to go. Good noon, everyone. I'm not going to talk about what we do, but I'm going to talk about what we have learned over the 8 years so that this industry can take this forward and put better things. We all talk about net zero, making planet green, but the major challenge is the way that we are putting up the solar plants. We are going to become a global junkyard for solar e-waste. So the idea of every session that I participate is to make sure that people understand that these plants and these products are designed to work for 20, 25 years. And let's put our efforts so that they live the complete lifetime and not an organization or not until we want to met. So that's the key idea. Today I'm going to present about what we learned over 8 years managing hands-on solar PV plants, and that's what the whole session is all about today. So we ran a poll sometime last month to understand what does the industry think about inverter failures, especially in the rooftop segment. And Maharashtra is one of the leading rooftop install base state. And we had most people from Maharashtra participating. We had about 350 odd respondents to the poll. And most of them felt that it is installation methods which causes the inverters to fail. And the OEMs felt that the installers and EPCs are not doing a good job. And EPCs themselves said that, hey, we are not doing a good job, and that's why the inverters were failing. And if you look into the type of people who voted, and if you look at the top people, the founders, the CXOs, and the mid management, they also felt that installation barabar nahi ho raha hai, that we can do a better job. So that was the outcome of the poll, and I felt very surprised because when all of us know that we are not doing good, and why are we not making it better? Because as I go and take over new projects for operations and maintenance, I see the installation practices going poorer and not better. But the key idea is that really true? Is it only the poor installation which matters? Is there any other way that we can improve inverters? And we felt that operations and maintenance doesn't really matter. You can see here only about 18% of the 350 odd pollsters believe that O&M created an impact on inverters operation. But is this poll right? Is it really 4,160 inverters that we managed over the last 8 years? And which had about 19 different brands of inverters, averaging about 57 kilowatt and spread over about 13 different states in India. And I'm talking about shitty projects installed over poultry to the best in class project installed over a good automotive OEM plant back here in Chakan. So all varieties, global EPCs to local EPCs, global standards to I don't care about. This inverter in that is about 11 years old, and the average life of the inverters is about 4.5 years, and which means most of this 4,000 odd inverters are still under OEM's warranty. Okay, so what does this data say is that OEM believe that installation is a problem, but O&M causes significant failure, or the practices that we do in O&M causes significant failure in your inverters. So you don't do proper O&M, your inverters are going to fail frequently and they are not going to live up to their life, which is like 12% more than what the poll suggested. That is, it is the second highest point where your inverters are failing. And what it means is that out of the 4,000 odd inverters that we maintained over the last 8 years, 38% of them were declared out of warranty, meaning you still have paid your money from your pocket, buying that inverter, you haven't maintained it properly, and the OEM says, sorry, sir, it is out of warranty because you haven't done what you should do. And 62% of them fell within warranty, and still you have to do a lot of efforts to convince the OEM to get what you want. And what I mean bad O&M practices are these, right? You can see how rodent infestation is there, how water logs into the inverters and not being maintained. And you know why such O&M practices are there? Because most believe O&M is, यार module clean करना है, उससे ज़्यादा क्या काम होता है? And most people go and sell solar is maintenance free, right? So जब free आता है, people bindas, let's go and take it. So that's the main thing that goes behind all this stuff. And this is a mindset that we have because we are following an old O&M methodology. When first steam generator was used to create electricity, that same old methodology is what we are doing today, even for maintaining our O&M. So what is that methodology? That methodology is budget-based O&M. That is, every year you are given a fixed budget to manage your plant and you have to manage it. And the whole idea is to make sure that you don't exceed the budget, right? And that's why when the budgets are not consumed, year end you go and buy spares, do this, do that, and whatnot, right? It would be great if people in the behind can sit down, or if you want to discuss, you can step out. It is a little distracting here. Yeah. So as I said, of the 62% of inverters that you want to claim warranty, also 80% time you need to give enough data to substantiate to the OEM and say, hey boss, this is not an installation problem. This is not a grid failure. It is not O&M mistake. It is your product related issue. Please give me warranty. It is literally, you have to beg, plead, and get your warranty done. And you need these kind of data points from a sound central control team which can provide you data. Like once you say an inverter is not working, say, yaar, aapne cleaning nahi kiya hoga, stringing barabar nahi hoga, aapne ye check nahi kiya hoga. So you have to give them data that this is random. We have done before cleaning, after cleaning, current check. And once you put pressurize, then some OEMs do root cause analysis and say this. You can read the statement, I guess. They are saying that, hey, sorry, we were using manual tightening of IGBTs that broke the IGBT chips. Now we are automating it. Sorry for it. We will replace it. So you need so much data and might to prove that it is a product problem to win over them. So what is happening is today, to manage your solar PV investment, it is becoming very intimidating, right? It is becoming scary after you put the investment and make sure that you're getting the best out of it. And the very reason is everybody wants this. This is the topic of the town, right? Everybody is talking good about Bisleri. Usne 4 lakh se mal karida. Now it is going for 7,000 crore. But what people don't understand is this. Not everything is same, right? Sab same nahi hai. Sab Bisleri जैसा दिखता है, but not everything is Bisleri. So you need to understand that somebody quoting you cheap O&M is not going to help make sure that your solar PV plant is going to live for your design life of 15 or 20 years. You need to understand what goes behind managing a solar PV plant. So what you need is, you need revolutionary services and solutions which can manage your solar PV plant. You need solar plants, when you take over, 4 out of 5 sites get you about 20% higher yield in the first year simply by improving the O&M practices. And you need to have someone who has the back-end support to manage about 840 plus megawatts of spare parts needed for the country to operate it with the lowest downtime, which is like managing 1,000 different unique spare parts in 4 different warehouses across India to make sure that all our plants run without any downtime. So what you need is different types of services. GRAC service is a knowledge center or your central control team, or we call it as NOC center or GRAC service, wherein a team of experts sit, monitor the plant, fight for you tooth and nail, get your warranties in place, make sure your plant is delivering to expectation. Or you need SMS subscription, wherein you don't worry about what kind of software is used to analyze your data. You don't worry about what kind of machine is being deployed to manage your asset. You don't worry about what kind of team is being put together to manage it. You need someone who takes care of your plant at zero capex investment, zero technology risk, and zero adoption risk. And third and most important thing, with the assets aging, you need someone or taken care without you budgeting for it. For example, if your plant is 4 years old, 5 years old, and your transformer has failed, you haven't budgeted for it. You need some guy who can step in and say, hey, part of the O&M, under the comprehensive care, the repair cost is covered. You don't have to worry about it. Hey, the AC cable, underground cable has faulted. We simply think it is an underground cable, but you need an HiPod to test. You need a cable jointer kit. You need a cable jointer who can come and do it. It is costing you 1 lakh. There is no budget today planned for such things. You need someone who can come and do it comprehensively, wherein you go give the asset and your asset is taken care. Or you want someone who will do your parts management. You have a fleet of projects spread across the country. You need to manage the spare. You don't want to block your capex. Yes. Someone who manages the spare for you and bills you only when you consume it. Or you want someone who will do repair of your modules or your inverters. And third, but not the least, I got your back cover for your electronic equipments. That is of warranty extension program, but with no questions asked philosophy. Even today, you go to any OEM, they say it is 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but you have to prove questions asked repair services for your electronic. We are starting with inverters, but it will cover all your electrical and electronics items. The key focus that we have at Inspire and Repairer is to focus on your project goal, which is to extend your asset life, not today's cost, but your total cost. People focus on today's cost, forgetting the total cost. And what people don't understand is about the compliance. Especially when you talk about O&M, people don't worry, and OEMs who give lame excuses that, hey, we don't fall under the ESIC ambit. But what they don't understand is 2019 Supreme Court has clearly said that it is the principal employer who is eligible and who has to make sure that their subcontractors have to meet the compliance. If the subcontractor is not eligible, the principal employer has to pay the compliance, which is still not relevant here. And if you have to focus on it, stuff. So we focus on making sure that we comply to this. Not only this, we now provide ESG reporting, part of SEBI compliance also. Some of our listed customers are looking for ESG reporting from our side for the solar plants. So we provide ESG reporting services, part of our offering. And the key part in all this is we strongly believe if you are a distributor, your idea is to distribute. If you are an EPC, your idea is to build a robust project. If you are a developer, your idea is to make sure that you put your finance and get the ROI and leave the rest to others. So our expertise is managing your asset and making sure that it delivers the result. And so our focus is to help you focus on your core business. And if you think we make sense, let's work together. Me and my team are here. I have my colleague Rakesh, Dinesh, Ashwati and Vikram here. We are available today to meet and discuss, to understand more and help you with more. Thank you, everyone.